Hey everybody, welcome to Soozie's Stuff. I'm Soozie, and today I am tackling the fun process of stenciling. I love using them, but I've had some trouble along the way with bleeding and smudging. And if you're like me, then you're in the right place to learn some tips and tricks. I'll be using this Mod Podge, some Pixie spray, and these awesome stencils from Amazon. And I also wanted to take a quick moment to share some great tips you guys left me in the comments. Judy, yes, I was using way too much paint on my stencil and it was bleeding. I think I get so excited sometimes. But I think one of the best ones is using Mod Podge and the Pixie spray, the spray adhesive. I finally got it in from Amazon, yay! And I'll share some of that, all of that with you later. So once again, thank you so much for leaving me those tips and tricks. And I hope that I can inspire you like you totally inspire me. I love it. So let's get started on some stencils today. And if it's your first time here, let me introduce myself. Hey everybody, I'm Soozie and this is Soozie's Stuff. Welcome to station KDIY Channel 146. I'm so happy you're here. I would love it if you'd click and subscribe and then click the bell to be notified when I upload a new episode. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or even a comment. So don't touch that dial. Let's go make some stuff. And my very first project today is Bakery Stencil Canvas. And I'm going to be using all the new techniques. And my Pixie spray came in from Amazon. Woohoo! It's a light tack adhesive, perfectly made for using stencils. And I'm going to be using the Mod Podge there. And I love these canvases from Dollar Tree. And a couple of other little pieces we're going to add to it. So here we go. I love this stencil. It says homemade bakery, cakes, cookies, and pies. And so what I've got is a box next to me to spray the adhesive on. And I just sprayed that on and it says to wait 1 minute. But as I was doing it throughout this whole video, I don't think I had to wait that long. It really is a low tack adhesive, but I throw it on there and just very lightly push down all the little edges and it just stayed in place, no taping or anything. And here comes the excellent tip of using Mod Podge first. You lay that down and in a very, very, very thin coat, and that will seal your edges so that you can get all of those sharp lines. So the Mod Podge technique is perfect. I love using that. Came out perfect every time. Now, as you also notice, I'm not using a lot of paint on my sponge. And so you can always add more. I think the best is to use one coat, just a light coat, and then let it dry, and then kind of go back over it and build up your paint. So this is how it looks when I was all done. Now get ready. I'm ready to pull it off. And I didn't actually wait till everything dried perfectly, but look at that. I love it. It came out perfectly. I just did a little dance. It is so pretty. Stencils are so cool. Look at that. Look at that. And I think it did so well on the canvas. So now I've got these really cute little wooden spoons and got those at Dollar Tree, wrapping it up with a cute little ribbon. And we're just going to hot glue that on the side. And let me tell you, I have this in my kitchen right now. And I smile every time I walk by because I know you guys help me get it so perfect. How cute is that? And what a darling gift for maybe a first home or something. I just love it. Up next is my blessed stencil board. And I'm going to start out with using this little blessed stencil. Of course, my Mod Podge and Pixie spray. And this little scrap piece of board, scrap wood, was really rough. And so I sanded it down and I really wanted to use this to see how the stenciling would work. Before I stencil, I'm taking this black paint and I'm just kind of going across it, and then I'm going to go the other way. I really like that technique. It looks really great at the end. Just kind of let it dry, but I didn't use that much paint anyway, so I love how that turns out. And then I am just sanding it down, and now we're ready to stencil. I sprayed it with the Pixie spray, and then I just kind of pushed all the little pieces down to make sure they were nice and stuck down. I used a little piece of tape on that curlicue part because I'm not going to use that. And then once again, using this Mod Podge little layer. Remember just to put it on very, very thinly. You don't want it thick at all. And so here we go stenciling. I do 2 coats on this. And there's my second coat. And here we go. Once again, the satisfaction of pulling it off. Oh, it is so thrilling. Look at this. Da, 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 da. Oh, I love it. Now, this one on this stencil, it has those little, like lines where the stencil is. But this time I really liked it on there, so I didn't close those up. I just loved the way it looked. And I've got my favorite ribbon. If y'all don't know, my favorite ribbon is the farmhouse ribbon from Dollar Tree. I pick up way too many rolls. I just love it. I think it's so beautiful and neutral and goes with anything. So we're going to add that, some twine, and a bow. And using this rough board was perfect to try out stenciling, and it just came out great. I just love all of those perfect lines on there, and that is all due to your awesome comments. You guys, thank you so much. I had a tear in my eyes. I was reading them all because you were so, so sweet to tell me what I was doing wrong. And here it is. I love it. You can add any type of background to it you like. I just love using that paintbrush going one way and then the other. You'll see that a couple more times in some other videos. But isn't it beautiful? I love it. We all are blessed. And this stencil project is called Home Sweet Home Stencil Reverse Canvas. That's a long title. And I am using another one of the canvases, and I just took some black paint and just threw it all over it on the sides as well. After the black paint dried, I used my sandpaper block to just kind of rough it up a little bit, and then my X-Acto knife to take off the canvas. And now I'm using my famous shoe polish, my white shoe polish from Dollar Tree. If you haven't found this yet, try to look and see if you can find it by the shoelaces and the scarves and socks. And so now I'm using my Pixie spray again on this beautiful stencil. I have a little box right next to me, and it's Home Sweet Home. I love this, and this is something you can use all year round. And I'm just gonna carefully push down all the little pieces and intricate cuts, and I'm using this beautiful sort of turquoise color. I think it would be so pretty with the black, and making sure I don't have too much paint. And so I did do 2 coats, and oh, did I tell you I did put on the Mod Podge first? I love how that turned out. There's a couple of little smudges, but I actually like how it came out, and it looks beautiful with the white frame, the black background, just gorgeous. I did cut down the canvas, and I'm hot gluing it onto the frame. I also have this little piece sitting in my kitchen as well. Look how beautiful that is. And you can just leave it just like it is. But I took some floral wire and some lavender pieces that I had from Dollar Tree or somewhere, Walmart maybe, stuck it on the top, and I'm going to be using my famous and my favorite ribbon and put it right on top. how cute. I love this. And again, it would be perfect for someone buying their first home or just a great spring gift. I love stenciling. It is so much fun and so satisfying. So I love that it's part of my crafting techniques. Thanks to you guys. And coming up next is a stencil gift box. I love these little boxes that you find at Dollar Tree, and I never really knew what to do with them. They are kind of a blank canvas, but I just thought we can stencil on that. Why not? So these are some little mini stencil sheets that you get at Dollar Tree. And then I have this little buffalo check bunny that came in a garland from Dollar Tree as well. So I'm going to be doing my same technique, except on this one I decided let's try it without the Mod Podge. Even though I love it, I just thought this is a really flat surface and not so rough or anything. So let's see how this goes. But of course I am using the Pixie spray or any type of adhesive spray. I will tell you that my friend, her channel is Sunflowers and DIYing. You need to check her out. And she says that she uses the Elmer's spray glue adhesive. And it is cheaper for sure. The Pixie was about $10. But I just wanted to try it and see how it went. But look, it turned out really good on this box without the Mod Podge. But how cute. You could decorate this any way. And so now I'm going to fill it with a little bit of an Easter treat. I've got this shredded paper and some Starburst that I love. I'm going to throw those in there. You could put whatever you like, some eggs or whatever. And this could be not just for Easter, but any type of gift you want to give. So I just grabbed my little Scrabble blocks here, spelled out hop, and we're going to glue on that little bunny. How cute! I would love to receive this. And then I'm going to tie it all up with a little twine bow. And so here I am giving it to someone. Thank you. I gave it to myself. And this is what they would see when they open it up. Woohoo! A little party in a box. Oh, I just have to have one right now. That's so good. But here you are, stenciling on a box. I love it. Look how cute that is. You could paint the box like a white color first or pink. Just so many different ways, but the stenciling works great on those boxes. And here comes one of my favorites today. It's called the Welcome Spring Stencil Board. And I am using 2 old pieces of board that a friend of mine gave me. And I don't know, I guess they're like paneling and you lock them together. But you could use a board from Dollar Tree as well. Or any kind of board that you have. They were already painted this sort of grayish color, almost exactly the elephant color from the Waverly chalk paint and elephant, which I do use here in a little bit. And so I'm just hot gluing these together and then creating it very securely in the back with some popsicle sticks. And then I was going to leave it like that because the flower would cover up that area, but I decided to go ahead and cut it off just to make it a little bit shorter. So I just took my fingers and boom, there it came off. It's magic. And so this piece of board was a little bit of a challenge using a stencil, but it did work. You can't really see it, but it is very uneven there in the middle between the welcome and the spring. And I am using my Pixies. I want to keep saying pixie stick, the little sugary things, but it's the Pixie spray again. And I just am doing the lower part first because on the welcome part, there's a huge gap between the stencil and the board. So I'm just going to do the bottom first, and then we'll do the top. And I already did Mod Podge on there. You just didn't see me do it, but I did add the Mod Podge layer. It definitely needed it for sure. Another successful reveal. I did have a little bit of a splotch there, but I do sand it out in just a little bit. So now I'm cutting off that part there for welcome. I'm going to add it to the top. Once again, I'm using the Mod Podge and Pixie spray, and I just go in and fill in some of the areas, like on the bird, didn't come out very well. But we're just going to touch that up. It's fun, it's relaxing, and I just love how this turned out again. I am so stenciling. And, you know, there are so many expensive stencils out there, and I know it, and I've used some on my channel. But sometimes when you just don't want to spend a lot of money, I got all these stencils for $10 on Amazon. Once again, I'll link them down below. I love all the new spring ones that they have. And so I just love this technique, and you guys have helped so much. So anyway, I painted the flower with white, and the little circle I glued in the center was the elephant color. And then I'm just adding some, I think I used 20 gauge wire here on the back. And check out these so cool feathers that I got on Amazon. I'll link those down below. They just kind of popped up when I was shopping there, and I just thought, how beautiful are these feathers? I guess they're maybe like a duck feather, but they also look like guinea feathers. I love guineas. We used to have them out on the ranch, and I just love the touch that it gives on this gray and white board, just a real neutral board. But how fun for spring. You gotta have some feathers. I also picked up some more that'll be coming in a future video, but I love how this turned out. The center of the flower could have been pink. It could have been some of that turquoise color that we used before. Just whatever that you feel like you want to use, but I love the stenciling on this rough board. Give it a try today. Oh, I am so excited about this one today because I have had this board forever. It's my giant spring stencil board. Yes, this has been sitting in my garage for about a year. I had started it last year. I put some white chalk paint on the bottom, and then sort of did some antique waxing to age it up a little bit. And I just never did finish it. I just didn't like what I was going to do, and I just kind of put it to the side. But today it's going to work perfectly with these spring stencils. And I'm using pink polish and the elephant color again. And I'm going to be using these two colors. I already put the Pixie spray, so I think y'all know how to do that now. And I also used the Mod Podge for sure. So I did the spring, and then all the little like butterflies and flowers and things I did in the pink polish. And it came out great. Look, here we go, pulling it off. Yay. Now, I love the stencil look of this. And there was one little thing on the end, but there was a huge dent in the wood there. And so I was okay with it. It just was fine. It actually pulled up some paint, or some of the white paint that was already there, and I was completely fine with it. I just love rustic things. So for me, it was perfect. I wrapped some jute, got some lavender. This lavender came from Walmart. Check out their lavender. It's so pretty. And I just tucked that down in the bottom, and then I just wrapped a little bit on top, and here is how it turned out. Woohoo! Yes, that's back on my patio, and I'm just so excited to leave it there. I think it's going to be just beautiful for the springtime coming. and it just turned out great. Don't you love stenciling? I'm so pleased with how I finally used this board. I do love stenciling. And my last project today is called Hello Bunny No Stencil. And so I think y'all got my stenciling technique down. But I am going to use one of these canvases, the flat ones. And I am using this little hello that came off of a frame. I think y'all might know what I'm talking about, the little frame with the words on top from Dollar Tree. They had some out for Christmas. And this one was just one that was left over and I popped it off. So now I'm going to use this canvas. I love it. And this is some dark, I think it was mocha chalk paint. You can use any colors that you like. You could have even used some pink and some more springy colors, pink and turquoise or whatever. Just any two colors that you like. So I'm using this technique again, brushing it one way and then doing it another way. But the one thing to remember is to make sure and let it dry first. And then this is some light mocha that I'm going to do going vertically. I love this canvas boards. I don't see a lot of people using them, or maybe I just didn't notice on some YouTube channels, but I do love these canvases. They're great. And I got a little heavy there on that lighter color, but it's fine. Just let it dry. And then I can go over it with the darker. And again, you can use any two colors that you like. I just love that cross hatch technique. It's so pretty. And I think you might see me using that some more because I just love it. And so here I am. I just let it dry a little bit and kind of went back over it and just get it to however you want. So now I'm going to take that little hello piece and just sort of trim it out a little bit, cut off those little pieces there. And then I take a little bitty emery board from Dollar Tree that makes a great little sanding paper piece to get any little small areas that you need to get into. So I just did that, and we're going to glue that on. Oops, did you see that? Oh, I started crying. I was like, the H came off, but no worries. We're going to get it fixed up and glued right on there. So I took some roll of burlap, giant roll of burlap there, and I just put it on the bottom. And I'm going to be gluing on the little galvanized bunny. I love them, but the one thing I don't like is the holes in them because I don't always want to hang it. And you can't really put in some wood glue or anything in there to cover it up. But I just thought the hello piece would cover it up perfectly. So I'm going to get that glued on there, get the hello put on, and then I'm going to add another piece of wire for the hanger. And don't forget the little bunny tail. They have a big bag of them at Dollar Tree, and that is so cute. Perfect little touch for this gorgeous little spring bunny sign. Hey, everybody. And so now I'm just going to add on the wire super quick. This is a more heavy duty wire. I think it's 16 gauge, and we'll just get that glued on there. I use a lot of hot glue and some popsicle sticks and just hold it on there for a few seconds. And then whatever ribbon that you want, I was going to put it on the side, but I just stuck it on the top, or no ribbon at all, whatever you like. This was so easy and simple to do. I love those galvanized little bunnies from Dollar Tree. They also have eggs, the egg shape, and I love that little hello. And if you didn't have that, you could even use, guess what? A stencil across the top. I love stenciling, and these are all of the projects you saw today. If you're scared of doing stencils, don't be, because now that you know these techniques that everybody shared with me, the Mod Podge, the spray adhesive, whatever that you use for the spray adhesive, give it a try and have fun. That's the most important part, and that you are inspired. I hope that I did that today, because you certainly inspired me. I said it and I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for all of your awesome comments that you leave me. I certainly don't know everything, and I just love learning right along with you. And if you have any other tips and tricks and techniques, don't forget to leave it in a comment down below. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope you had fun and I inspired you just a little. Don't forget, on Tuesdays are my 60-second DIY and Saturdays are my full DIY episode. I would love it if you'd subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you have time, to say hello in the comments below. See you next time on Soozie's Stuff, KDIY Channel 146. Bye, everybody.